On January 1st, 2021, the CEO of Koenig Bauer, Claus Bolza-Schünemann, after 32 years with the company, out of which 9 years he was CEO, will hand over the baton to Dr. Andreas Pleßke. In this interview, we will take a look at the years with Claus Bolza-Schünemann and will learn from Dr. Andreas Pleßke how the company will succeed in the future. 32 years, Mr. Bolza-Schünemann, it's quite a long time. Tell us about the milestones you have achieved and about the technical innovations you have driven forward.
Difficult question. No, easy question, difficult to answer. So many innovations. To be very honest, it started in 1980, where I had the pleasure at the IPEX in England to present our first colortronic ink fountain, which is still in every machine of Koenig Bauer today. Unbelievable. And then there were many, many to come. Beautiful commercial heat-set, offset machines, of course. Many, many newspaper presses with completely new technology, waterless, shaftless, oilless, under one roof, up to 800 servo drives at the New York Daily News. Phenomenal developments, and not only with the web machines, of course, in the banknote business, many, many ideas, not only ideas realized, features, security features, new machines, new applications, and not to forget our largest segment today, sheet-fed, where the Rapida had tremendous developments over the last 30 years. Even the new look today, which we showed to the public about 6 months ago or 5 months ago. So there were not too many, but a lot.
Okay, but surely there were also some challenges. What were they?
Well, I think for every company, challenges are very normal. Not only today, the crisis we had in 2009, Lehman in the mid-90s, I think a very normal process. Also back in the 70s, I remember as a fairly young man that this company had several difficulties. But I think we are all obliged to make the best out of it and not only try our very best. Crises are normal, and if there are no crises, you have no sense that some things are then running very well. Like the last months with COVID, I think we have to juggle through this crisis, and then after this, we will hopefully happy again.
Dr. Pleßke, you are also with the company for quite a number of years, since 2014. Your first project was Fit at All, a program which you led and which you made a success. What fascinates you most about the culture of Koenig Bauer?
It's a very diverse company. We have so many different business models under one roof. We are a very international company. About 1/3 of our employees are non-Germans. That's also the reason why we have this interview in English as well as in German. We print with probably every available technology on every substrate which there is. It's a fascinating company. I'm only here for 6 years. In the light of this company's background, that's a very short period of time, and I'm still one of the youngsters. But the main reason, and that's the answer to culture, why I switched from my project task in 2014 and 15, which was Fit at All, to a normal permanent member of the executive board and now the successor of Mr. Claus Bolza-Schünemann, is a very simple answer. It's the people in this company. I'm feeling very well here, and I really enjoyed the last 6 years, and that's my main motivation.
With the P24X program, another big program is on the radar. Where do you intend to develop the company to?
P24X is an answer to a certain set of questions. First of all, let's talk a bit about the company and the strategy. I believe we are heading in the right direction. Fundamentally, we are focusing packaging markets. The end markets are in very good shape. Our customers use our machines to produce packages mostly for food, beverages, and pharmaceuticals. That is a fundamentally good and intact world. Besides that, also the commercial printing and banknote printing is a stable environment. So that is in good shape. But we were hit by something which every company, as Mr. Bolza-Schünemann pointed out, is hit every 7 to 10 years. That is an economic downswing, which we had in the end of 2019. On top of that economic downswing, we had the Corona pandemic crisis. Now, P24X tries to answer two things. One thing is we want to develop the company further into the future, so therefore part of it is a performance program. So the fundamental content is that we keep investing in new applications, in new technologies, in new business models. We want to bring the company forward. That's a large part of it. The other part of it is the more difficult part of right-sizing the company in the context of where the market today is. Again, that is something which each company has usually to go through every few years, and those of us who have been around the block for a few years know that. So it's not something totally new, and we will cope with that as we have always coped with it. The more important thing is that we develop the company strategically in the right future, and I believe our mixture of some core business models and niche business models where we are very strong or even the market leaders is a good combination. And the other two main tasks in the future is under the heading digital, which is digital business models and digital printing. It has two areas in our company which we need to cover.
Mr. Bolza-Schünemann, I'm sure you will be following the progress of the company, not just because of your shareholding, but what are your plans as of January 21st?
It would be not correct if I would say no plans. Of course, I do have plans, still some small obligations within Koenig Bauer, since we launched the P24X program, and there are some technical details to be modernized, and I'm heavily involved in this, and this will be one of the tasks for the next few months, April, hopefully. And then in my private life, certainly I have a wish list, which is not quite long, but quite a challenge. I would love to receive a license to go offshore with a boat. Inland waters, no problem. I do have this, so this is one of my goals. I want to learn another musical instrument, and upright bass. I'm dreaming of since, I do not know, 30 years now. I love to do music, and this was almost impossible in the last 30 years. And do a Panamericana tour and Transip railroad tour. So there are many things to do. And Koenig Bauer, I will certainly not forget. How could I? Since I spent half my life at Koenig Bauer, and also my family still is one of the larger shareholders, I may say. So it's a keen interest, not only for me personally, but also for the Bolza-Schünemann family, that the company remains in good shape and survives the next 203 years.
Well, will there be any responsibility changes in the executive board? And Mr. Bolza-Schünemann was always known for being in close contact and maintaining a close contact to the customers. How will this be in the future?
First of all, we're a group in the executive board, and as much as I enjoyed working with these individuals in the last 6 years, I'll continue to do so in the future. So don't look at one person. We will only function as a team. Of course, one in the team has to be the person who kind of looks after that the whole ship stays on course. That may be an additional task, but otherwise I think we're a good team. The tasks which Mr. Bolza-Schünemann had in his responsibility are distributed between the colleagues, and I will personally be responsible for HR, human resources in the whole group, law, the legal department, compliance department, and of course, as you know, corporate marketing.
you are taking on a great legacy. What will be your first concrete actions when you start your new role in January 2021?
I will come into the firm. I will see if everybody is healthy and well. I will see what the order intake is. And then we push on with the program P24X. I'm not a disruptive event. I have a different background as Mr. Bolza-Schünemann, and I might have a different style, but I will carry on the values of this company and the values of Mr. Bolza-Schünemann in the future.
Very good.
Thank you both very much. Dr. Pleßke, we wish you lots of success, lots of fortunate decisions that you will make in the future. And dear Mr. Bolza-Schünemann, we wish you quite some fun by learning a new instrument, the double bass, an exciting Panamericana tour, and stay healthy and remain favorably disposed to Koenig & Bauer.
Thank you.